Hey guys, uh, so many changes have taken place. I've spoken so many times about the situation that we're in. We all know, if you're watching this channel, you're concerned about where things are going. I mean, I don't think I have anybody that watches this channel that's like, oh, I like where the economy is, and blah, blah, blah. So, I'm just gonna lay it on the line. Like, come on. uh, I did not like where I was. I did not like things that were happening that I could not control. Now I realize I can't control anything on like a federal level or even a state level, but I can control my life to the best of my abilities. So I in Oregon, we have a lot of, well, we have mail-in voting, which I'm not a fan of. And you cannot go down to a poll. You don't even get the option to doing that. The other thing is they are changing the gun laws, trying to make it completely 100% illegal to have any and all firearms. And then the other aspect of it that just is being worked on right now is another House bill that pays for transgender surgery. So it comes out of your paycheck, you pay tax on it, and this is basically anybody within the state or anybody out of the state that comes to the state to have surgery. That was pretty brutal. I do believe that this is something that's causing a huge issue with our children, and it breaks my heart to see what they're going through. And then finally, the very, very last straw that pushed me so far over the edge was the fact that in Oregon, you will now be paying, part of that bill is you will be paying for abortions. Regardless on how anybody else feels about it, my moral compass and my ethics will not allow me to be a part of that. I will not pay to murder a baby. I can't be a part of it. And that is something, I don't believe it's gone all the way through yet, but I know they're pushing it really hard. And so, even if it doesn't go through now, they have a backup for it to go through later. They're also suggesting that all colleges, whether it's community or university, for the females to have abortions before school starts. It's very pushed. So I knew things were coming, and so John and I discussed it, and we did not want to be a part of it anymore. That's not the life that we wanted. So I started looking, and truthfully, this was before I even knew about the transgender or the abortion. There's just so many things coming down. It just kept getting worse and worse, and we got Kate Brown, and then Tina Kotek got elected in as the new governor, and by some friends of mine that had worked with her in Salem, they were like, she's worse. Like, Satan has dropped in Oregon. I don't know. So I started looking. So we knew we were going to leave Oregon. So what did I want to look for? Well, there's a lot of great states we could move to. I am personally not a person that handles heat very well. I really like my winters. So, with that being said, I knew that I needed to, you know, basically draw a line across the map of the US, and I needed everything above that. Uh, so I think, you know, many of you, if you've watched me for a while, you know that we were in Kansas for a while, and I have a lot of videos from that, and they do definitely get a winter, definitely have a summer, but then again, so did Oregon. Oregon got very, very hot in the summer, at least where we lived. It's usually, you know, running anywhere from like, I don't know, 100, 110 all summer long, and to me it was too hot. I was miserable. I don't deal well with it. So, so the weather was a huge factor, and obviously I gotta be able to grow my stuff because prepper, you know, that's what I do. So we looked at that. Then we looked, was it a conservative state, a liberal state? I wasn't gonna go right into another liberal state, although Oregon was a conservative state back in the day. My family's from there, so it wasn't like we just decided to move there. We've been there forever. So that was another factor, and so we had all these different criteria, and we started narrowing it down. So we got it narrowed down to a few different states, and within those states I started looking for work. So I knew that if I wanted to make a difference, even though, yes, I know everybody said, oh, you need to go off grid, and you need to not, you know, you need to be able to support yourself and just live off your farm and make a life. No, that's not reality for me. I need to have an income. I need to be able to pay my house bill. So basically, I started looking for jobs in some of those states, and I would narrow it down to areas. Now, I did not want to be in a city, nor did I want to be near a big city. I wanted to be kind of a little ways away. I also wanted to be, so we wanted like a more rural community. I could care less if there was any fast food or anything like that. And I started looking at jobs that were similar to what I was previously working. And I found a few, but really not many. It wasn't the type of thing that many places hired for. So I kind of started spreading my searches, so to speak, a little bit, and keeping it sort of kind of in the same field. I did find a couple of different places, and I started looking at housing. So that was kind of like the next thing. Okay, so if they have a few jobs or potentially some coming open, do they have housing? So I started kind of paying attention. Okay, so if I have to go to the store, how far is the store from the area, and what's the housing like? Well, housing really wasn't much different than where we were in Oregon, which was pretty expensive, and I think that I don't like that. However, when I look at the bigger picture of it, I think there's a lot of more conservative people coming to these areas, so I kind of get it in a way. So started diving into that, and I did find a job. I did apply for a job. Now keep in mind, I actually drove from Oregon to this new place, and I had an interview. I got to see the area, I met with a realtor, and we fell in love. And I got hired within 12 hours of my interview, and I put my notice in and moved. So we packed up the house the best I could. Poor John, he's stuck in Oregon without me. Now I'm gonna tell you, you guys, that's hard. It's really hard. Walking away from your community that you've been in almost your whole life, walking away from your job. I loved my job. I loved my coworkers. I met like truly some of the greatest people I've ever known. And then, you know, and walking away from my husband, my animals, it was very hard, very hard. My dog actually had tears. I've never seen that before, so that was pretty intense. But we knew we had to. We packed up the house because that way if we need to start making trips, I don't have to take time off work, so he could just have it loaded, a truck loaded, and bring it up, and we could just try to make it as quick as possible. So I just ramboed it, like, let's just do it. So I drove up by myself, and I'm in a hotel in case it doesn't look obvious enough. And I am now in a new state, and I'm wondering if any of you can guess where I'm at. But I will be showing some more photos of the area and different things in the future. Right now, I don't even have internet service to upload my videos, so we'll see how long it's going to take me to get this going. But I just want to share that's why it's kind of been a huge pause on things. But I have a lot of stuff that we want to show you. We've kind of got it already planned out. There's just going to be so many things. Was starting to make changes, and for those of you that have been wanting to get away, maybe this will help you understand like kind of what we went through and some of the challenges, and then we'll show you how we find our new little homestead, and how we're just gonna do it, just ramble it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a really great rest of your day. Take care of each other, and we'll be talking to you soon.